So let's get right into these topics. Like I said, we got some topics that we're going to talk about, and I hope you guys join us live. If you're joining us live, just send your questions, comments, concerns, or any queries that you want us to talk about. Let us know what you guys think at all time. As I always say, let's keep talking. Before I get going, you know what, I do my little shameless plug. I said I was going to start doing this. Guys, if you have not checked out a friend of the channel's Geekly Goods, go check them out. Congratulations to Geekly Goods for hitting 10,000 subscribers. They are on the fast track of growth. They give Leo gives a lot of great content, and we've collabed a couple of times, and he's always good with his reactions and whatnot. So go check out Geekly Goods over on YouTube and all the socials, and tell them that T3 Media Studios sent you. All right. With that out the way, all right, let's get into the first topic of the night. Starting off with, guys, have you seen the new trailer to How to Train Your Dragon, the live action? I want to know if I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. That trailer dropped, I believe it dropped today. Did it? Was this the first day it dropped, or was it yesterday? I can't remember. When I heard so far. Right, so far, yeah, right. I heard that they went back and forth on whether or not to make Toothless look exactly the way he looked in the animated version. I mean, but I mean, I say go for it. Make all the dragons look exactly the way they look in the animated version. I have no problem with it. Like I said, it seems like they're going for a straight, adaptation, like a pretty much taking the animated version and just making it shot for shot the exact same thing. But I'm sure they're going to take liberties here and there, and I guess we can make that the next part of it. What do you think? If there's any, from what you remember from the original, from the animated, are you okay with them taking liberties? Who wants to go first about live adaptations and making complete changes, or do you prefer shot for shot be the same movie? Ever been afraid to have movies like live adaptations of even beloved properties? I've never been the one to say I don't want them to take any liberties. I want it to be the exact shot for shot the same movie. I don't mind it, but I've seen that over the times that we've seen these adaptations, that even when they do try to go for a complete shot for shot translated movie, they'll still take liberties here and there. Like you said, there'll be a different camera angle, and I've always assumed that it was like maybe a director, especially a perfectionist, right? Somebody who comes back a few years later and goes, man, I really wish I would have taken made the character go left instead of right, or go right instead of left, up or down, or I wish I would have had that camera angle, like you said, Rob. And I believe that when you have the opportunity to do so, I'm not saying that it's going to be the same exact director, but maybe the person in charge of the new version will go, I've always wanted to see what would happen if that character would have made this choice instead of that choice. And maybe it doesn't completely change the movie, but I'm with you guys. I'm like, if it's not going to make the original movie erase or disappear, it's not going to. Star Wars will not vanish if they reboot it, right? So it's your DVDs should still work, but I know a lot of people get upset with those things. But guys, let us know what you think. What do you think about the trailer for the upcoming How to Train Your Dragon, the live action version? Comment below. Let us know what you guys think. I got some polls up on the site. I'll put some more up on the community tab, and we'll get you guys to vote on it on some certain topics, on all the topics that we talk about tonight. But let's move on real quick to the next topic. And as I always say, guys, let's keep talking. So moving on to the next thing that happened this week in entertainment news, guys, there is a new Moana live action that is in the works right now. Now, Moana 2, the animated sequel, is coming out, I believe, next month, or the end of this month, if I'm not mistaken. And there's already, while we're in the middle of making sequels to the animated feature film, we're already making a live adaptation, probably because The Rock is still in and able to do it. And it's like, let's get them while we still got them, kind of a thing. But is it too soon? What do you guys think about the whole Moana going to live adaptation only a few years after the original came out? First 2D, then 3D, now live action. That's the new wave. That's the new craze. That's what the kids want to see, right? Maybe not. I know that we're used to the live adaptations happening for the properties that are like at least 10 years old, 20 years old, 50 years old. Some of these, I think Snow White is almost 100 years old, right? So we're used to these things happening for the older properties, and for this to happen to a property that just started, and it reminds me of like the DCU, for example, how you'll have the Batman on the big screen, you have Batman a TV show, and then you'll have all these animated, have all these Batmans going at the same time, and right now we're about to have two live action Batmans going on simultaneously in the DCU when the Brave and the Bold Batman is cast, and right now we still have the Batman movies in the works. So it's like, are you cannibalizing your properties? That's one of the questions out there. So before I give my curveball question, because I've asked this question before, I've raised this up on this channel before. Let's comment a little bit about how one of you I think touched up on how The Rock looked. I think Lana, you were talking about how he still looks great, he still fits the part. If I was Bob Iger running Disney right now, or if I was to have a meeting with him, if I was the director or in charge of Disney animation or live adaptations, whatever, this is my pitch. I would have brought up the idea that maybe people will feel like it's too soon for this adaptation. I understand why we're doing it, because The Rock is still in, he's in shape and in a position to fulfill the role. And like you say, who else but him, right? I'm sure there's a bunch of people who could play Maui. There's always somebody, right? But with you just dropping the first movie, the sequel is literally days away from coming out to theaters and projected to do well as well. My proposal would have been, why don't you make the live adaptation part 3? That's my proposal. They've never done it before. Am I crazy? But I don't know. That's a good question. I would have to look into it. But guys, let us know what you guys think about the upcoming Moana 2 and the Moana live action. What do you think about the set photos? I like that fish hook. That looks badass. I bet you that prop is pretty cool to swing around. Let us know what you guys think. And moving on to the last few topics of the night. So real quick, Gladiator 2 and Wicked is about to come out. Since we're running out of time, I'll just quickly go into it. So Wicked, I guess people assume that this was going to be the next like Barbenheimer. What do you guys think? Do you see that many people doing a double feature? Will you do a double feature of Wicked and Gladiator 2? You know what this reminds me of? Cobra Kai. Because Johnny was the real Karate Kid and Daniel was the little punk that was interfering with his life. From Johnny's point of view, Daniel LaRusso was the jerk that was trying to steal his girlfriend. So that's what Wicked reminds me of. But a lot of some of the reviews have come out. It's at Rotten Tomatoes. It's at 90% right now with the critics, and for the regular fans, it's at 99%. Was it a popcorn meter? That's for the regular viewers. From one top critic, Alparita Bardari, if I'm saying that right, she says Wicked isn't really the vehicle to ponder deeper existential questions about the true nature of evil. It does, however, it does, however, hit more than a few sweet spots for fellow misfits who see themselves in either Glinda or Elphaba. Is Elphaba? Is that the Wicked Witch? Is that her real name? Okay. So I knew Glinda was the good witch. I knew that was her real name. And then from a regular viewer, here's a I'll go full screen real quick. My bad. Here's a review from a viewer named Christina. She says, I must have cried 3 times because of how their friendship in this movie was transformed. Ariana and Cynthia's voice together harmonizing sounded so beautiful. Can't wait for part 2. What do you guys think? What do you think? Does this give you any pause, any interest? What do you think, Lana? That glowing review. I cried 3 times. Are you ready to cry? At least 3 times.
No.
But I don't know. Little by little, I slowly started, gaining more and more interest in this. I think I will go see this. I don't know what you guys think about Wicked and Gladiator 2. Are you going to double feature it? You're going to go one or the other? Let me know. If you're going to see neither, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. All right. One of the last topics I think we have, moving on to the second before the last topic. So it was revealed that Kevin Feige recently, of MCU fame, Kevin Feige says that the X-Men will be revealed or will be making their presence known sooner than people think. Originally, people just assumed that the X-Men would come out full force in like the upcoming Avengers movies. But Kevin Feige has confirmed that in the MCU, the X-Men, little by little, will be making their presence felt sooner than people expect. So these next few movies that are about to come out, like the fourth Captain America movie, the Thunderbolts, do you think that this is what he means? That the X-Men will... that at least a few characters here and there, maybe a reference. What do you guys think? Do you think that Kevin Feige means like in the upcoming Thunderbolts movie, the upcoming Captain America 4? Do you think that I don't know. I don't think we're going to have the whoever's going to be the next Wolverine just like walking in the background, not saying anything, like just takes the cigar and just throws it away and just looks at the camera and just keeps walking. I don't know if that's going to happen, but about it is, I think that in the MCU proper, in the sacred timeline, it was so sacred. I think that mutants do exist, but at a very low level in comparison to the other other worlds or the other timelines out there, right? But I feel like what they're gonna do is that after or during Avengers Secret Wars, when all these worlds, because they're already talking about, like in Multiverse of Madness, they already talk about how 2 universes can like collide with each other or cause each other to destroy itself if one doesn't take over and the other one dies, stuff like that. Like, I feel like that's what Secret Wars is going to be about. So I think in the MCU, mutants do exist, but at a very small, like, people don't even realize what they are or know what they are. But when Secret Wars happens and these other worlds start merging with the main what is it called? The sacred timeline. Then all that history from their world, where mutants are all over the place, will merge with the MCU, and we're just going to have to accept that. Okay, the X-Men technically haven't always been there, but they were always there in their world, and now their world is with this world, and now and Kevin Feige is going to pop up at the end of the movie and go, deal with it. That's what's happening. Okay, boom. I don't know. That's just but as far as these cameos and things like that, yeah, I think that we're just gonna get a hint of a Hank McCoy or AKA Beast, but he's not really like the blue Beast and that we recognize. He's just the regular guy. Or Professor Xavier. He's not, but in the MCU, he's not a mutant. He's just a regular guy. But in every other universe, he's a mutant. Like something like that. I don't know. And then after the Avengers, then there'll be mutants. So I don't know. That's just. But at the same time, my Maui idea was trash. So I guess you guys hate that too, right? To take this abuse from you guys, I got plenty of people that love to abuse me. So Anywho, let us know what you guys think about my brilliance. Do you think that when do you think that the X-Men are going to be making their cameos? And are you excited about Kevin Feige saying that we're going to see them or have reference of them sooner than you think? Let us know in the box below. And let's move on to the last topic real quick, guys. So in Star Wars news, it turns out that the movie that all the Star Wars fans have been waiting for, the character that has unanimously united all of the toxic fandom and the Star Wars fans and brought them together, the Rey movie, unfortunately, has been canceled. Now, I joke about that because, that's what a lot of people like to do. They like to trash on the Rey character. I personally like Rey, and I'm not one of those the guys that's like, oh, I hate her this, because I don't like those fandom guys. It's just me personally, but everybody seems to be in celebration about the fact that the Rey movie that they were planning is now, it seems like it's not happening. The Rey movie was taken off of the schedule for 2026. Your thoughts on it, guys? What do you guys think about? I believe the reason why they kind of gave it time, it was like, because even in the movies, they're going to be like 10 years later after the events of the last movie, kind of like that. So they want to let her give and probably just let some time go by. Yeah, something like I think they were going to, if they were going to do it, they were going to jump a little bit of time. So I mean, I don't think she's going to, look any different, but they were still going to be like 10 years later, or maybe 20 years later or something like that. She's probably trying to rebuild the Jedi Order, but about the fact that she was pretty much the poster child of like the toxic fandom's hatred of the new Star Wars, and she was the one of the characters that was taking all the brunt of the attacks and whatnot. She's pretty much the character that everybody looks to the reason why Star Wars sucks now or something like that. She was the one pretty much taking most of those hits. So there's a lot of celebration on it. Me personally, I just think that it just shows that Kathleen Kennedy, the woman that's in charge of Lucasfilms right now, has turned into maybe on resume, on paper, she was the best person for the job, but her performance has not been the best. There's been a lot of Star Wars projects that have been announced and have never come to the light. A lot of directors have come and gone. It's just one cancellation after another. So that's why I wasn't surprised about this one. Rob, what do you think about this? About would you have been interested in a Rey movie? But I mean, whether you like it or not, I mean, like I said, I don't agree with the hate that she's gotten overall. But whether you like it or not, she is the poster child or the target of all or the target of all of that, negativity. She's she's the one that everyone points to as one of the reasons why Star Wars is bad, now. So whether it's deserved or not, and I 100% don't believe that it's deserved. I don't care that I did would I have had her, just take the name Skywalker at the end of the movie? No. I would have made her, like, if you want to continue the Skywalker legacy, I would have made her a real Skywalker. But I mean, I don't care about, but she's an adopted, she is a Skywalker by name. I don't care. Fine. I don't care. But but all these things being used against her is just, it sucks for her. I know maybe it's why a lot of actors don't come back. But at the same time, I understand. I mean, like I said, I'm not surprised. Like you said, the Mandalorian movie is about to come out. Baby Yoda sells more merch. It's gonna make more money than a Rey movie would have made. I'll put it that way. So, like you said, yeah, I'm not surprised. I posted a question and I have it posted up right now. It says, so I'll ask both of you. Lon, I'll start with you. If you were in charge of Lucasfilm, of course you're way more qualified than the powers that are in there right now. But if you were in charge right now, what era would you use in the next Star Wars movie? Would you continue with the Rey story? The next one would you maybe go like 100 years into the future? where it's like all new characters, or would you do something from the like thousands of years in the past? So yeah, but like I said, I'm not surprised that I wouldn't have mind seeing a Ray movie. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a part. I don't get down with the geeks and flamers, or geeks and gamers, whatever the hell they call themselves, hating on anybody just because, oh my god, it's a girl, or oh my god, it's a minority. I'm like, no, screw that. I don't give a like. But I will. But at the same time, the Ray character is not as loved or respected as any of the others. So I just think, you know what? Let's go in a different direction. Let's see what. Let's try to tell. It's a whole galaxy, people. There's more to it than, you know, Skywalkers and Han Solo. There's more characters out there. Let's do something else. Let's just move on. All right, let us know what you guys think about that. But the Ray movie is officially canceled. It's out of here. So let's see what else they do. Let's see what's going to happen with this Mandalorian movie. Let's see what happens with that when Baby Yoda takes over all the Walmart shelves and sells more merchandise. Can't wait to see that. I love capitalism. Love that money. All right, guys. Let us know what you guys think about that. And now that's it. That's the show, guys. Thank you guys for once again joining us for another episode of Talking Through the Movies. Thank you guys for watching our video. I really do appreciate it. Remember, you can support our show by becoming a member or a patron. So click the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you'll never miss out on when we go live or post new content. Let's stay connected, grow this community together. Like, subscribe, comment.